It's time now for an in-depth look at the global markets this afternoon, and for that I'm joined on the line by Mr. Daniel Yu, global strategist at Kiwoom Securities. Mr. Yu, thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for having me today.
All three main indexes on Wall Street were up on Wednesday, apparently overcoming fears of a recession. Korean stocks, though, moving in the opposite direction. What's the story today?
Yes. If you look at U.S., there will be Jackson Hole Conference will be starting soon. This economic policy symposium is one of the oldest conferences in the world. Many economists, financial market participants, the U.S. government representatives, and central bankers, bank officials from around the world will be attending to this. So everybody's quite focused about what's happening to the monetary policy of global economies. Unlike the past, most of these central bankers are to say quite strongly, have a strong voice during this policies symposium because there's a continuation concern about economic slowdown in Europe and China and all the trade policy, trade dispute that's happening globally, global case. Meanwhile, Powell, the Fed chairman, will be making his first speech after July rate cut starting 10 a.m. Local time tonight. Many things has happened since the 31st press conference. Trump announced tariffs against China, and also short-term and long-term interest rate have been inverted, and many concern about economic recession that's happening at the current point in time. But nevertheless, as you said, U.S. market had a quite sharp rise yesterday due to strong earnings numbers from the various companies. Dow was up 0.93%, S&P was up 0.82%, NASDAQ was up plus 0.9%, and European stocks mostly rose quite significantly over 1 to 2% because of the optimism of a huge boosting measure by the European government. However, as you said, Korean market had declined by about 0.6%. Nikkei is also slightly down as well, and Chinese market seems to be muted because of the strong market they showed last few days because of the boosting measures that you're seeing. So currently the concern about recession versus boosting measures, these are the two opposite forces that foresees the volatile market in the future.
Got it. Well, meanwhile, it seems like the Korean won is finding some stability against the U.S. dollar after it plunged last month. The won is still under pressure, though, because of all the uncertainty on trade you mentioned and so much else. Where do you see the currency going?
Well, it's very difficult to see where the currency will go because every country are looking into boosting measures through monetary policies. If you heard the European government, they have said that they will coming out with a very aggressive boosting measures using monetary and fiscal policies, even lowering the interest rate at current minus 0.4% might go down to 0.5 or 0.6. We don't know exactly how low it's going to go down. Clearly, this is a reason for making the euro cheaper. Also, you probably already heard that China has lowered interest rate by 0.1 percentage point using some change in the regulatory environment. And this is also a clear reason for renminbi to depreciate. Also, as you know, U.S. will be holding a Fed FOMC meeting in September 18th. Many are expecting lower interest rate environment, probably by somewhere between 0.25 to at most 0.5% rate cut. All that affects a monetary policies to be quite weak, monetary policy to be aggressive and making the currency weak. So is the same thing for Korea. Korean won has depreciated as high as 1,223 won to dollar rate. Now it's down to around 1,207 level. Nevertheless, in the past, 1,200 level was a resistance, but now it is also resistant to the downward trend. So it is difficult to see that currency breaking down below 1,200 in any time soon. The key question is what kind of monetary policy the BOK will be coming out soon. and whether they will be lowering further interest rate. I think because of the economic growth rates are very slow right now, the possibility of further rate cut is very much possible. And if that's the case, currency is probably going to be hovering around somewhere between 1,200 to 1,210 level over the next several weeks or so.
Got it. Okay, and real quickly before we go, tell us about the new FTA between South Korea and Israel.
Yes, Minister of Trade and Industry and Energy said that FTA between South Korea and Israel has been finalized after 3 years of negotiation. As a result of the negotiation, Korea will eliminate tariffs on 99.9% of Israel imports, and Israel will eliminate tariff of 100% of Korean imports. And clearly, this is going to create some synergy between Israel and Korea in terms of taking Israel's high-tech technology versus Korea's strong manufacturing capabilities. This is pretty good news among very bad news flows on trade.
Got it. That's where we have to leave it today. Mr. Yu, thank you so much for your insights.
Thank you very much.